So this is good and horrible, okay? The tiny good that has come out of Joe Biden's address to reporters on today, December 3rd, is that he has a nice sonorous voice. We think he's affected by a cold, but it's actually a nice modulation. It enriches his presence. So whether with lozenges or not, nice sound. Everything else is bad. Because what he and his handlers have done is cherry-picked statistics so that they like to fool us. And they fool a few people, not many. So this will not be a surprise of all the manipulations of damn lies and statistics. But what should be revealing is how baked in it is that these White House handlers feel they have the license to just plain try to fool people, not to govern well, but to appear to govern well. So, point number one, Biden tells us that unemployment is down. Now, everybody knows that unemployment is a rate. Let's do a little math together, right? Rates are fractions. They have numerators and denominators. The unemployment rate is the number of people who are out of work divided by the number of people who are looking for work. Now, if the number of people looking for work is actually quite low, has shrunk, then the numerator almost doesn't matter. So the numerator's fallen. The denominator has fallen colossally. So you end up with very few people who are actually looking for work anymore. Let's get to why. Why? One, they don't want to go to a workplace that has all these mandates. Or they can't go to a workplace because they're not willing to take an inoculation that they don't trust. Or they are content with the government benefits that have been lavished by Congress on them for the last nearly 2 years, and they expect to get more. Fake or lie number two. Wages are up. Okay, they are up. But let's get back to why they are up. It's not for high demand for all the stuff that Americans produce. It's not because our services are so highly in demand. It's because employers have to keep up with inflation to employ people. Inflation is way up, almost certainly more than the wage gain. And wages have to be higher because right now employers are competing against the government that is lavishly doling away benefits to people who'd prefer to sit on their couch. Finally, he goes and touts a 25-cent decline in the price of gas. It's happened over the last maybe 10 days. Ooh, but neglects that on average, gas has gone up over the last 7 months sixfold, $1.50 higher per gallon. In short, they get everything wrong, and they cherry pick to show a few patches of bright while obfuscating that they're not so bright after all. This is an example of the worst kind of leaderships, okay? Kim Jong-il in North Korea probably gives fewer lies in a month than this administration. They need to go back to governing. Be straight with people. Stuff might be bad. Say how you're going to get out of it instead of fooling us into thinking that things are good when they're not. I'm Mark Stewart. Thanks for listening here. Have a good weekend.